question of the week is, can term insurance be converted more than once? And are there any age limits? So for this example, we're going to be talking about convertible term insurance. There are two types of term insurance: convertible term insurance and non-convertible term insurance. Non-convertible term insurance cannot be converted regardless, but convertible term insurance can be converted to any type of permanent product that the insurance company offers at the time of conversion. So for this example, we're talking about convertible term insurance. So here we have a depiction of term insurance policy. We can see that it is a fairly large policy with lots of water. In this example, this is going to be death benefit. Term insurance, you pay a small premium for a large amount of benefit. Now, this is a convertible policy, so we can change some of this death benefit into whole life death benefit if we choose to, by exercising the conversion rights of this policy. The insurance company offers this whole life policy, and they have a limit on here. It's a minimum of how much term insurance has to be put into this whole life policy, how much has to be converted in order for this to be a legitimate whole life policy. And so as long as we meet this minimum and can pay the premium required to meet this minimum, we can convert this term insurance to some whole life insurance. Now, you're probably noticing there's a lot more term insurance than this whole life policy. And we can make the whole life policy bigger in real life to fit the whole thing. But in most cases, the amount of term insurance that someone has, they don't want to put all into whole life right away. They'd like to do it in stages. And so we're going to start this example by just putting some of this term insurance, converting some of it into whole life. We know we have to meet the minimum, but then we can choose how much will fit the premium comfortability and affordability of our budget and our finances at the time. So we're going to do a conversion. The insurance company will receive an application, they'll take the term policy, and they will convert some of it into whole life coverage. We met our minimum, and this person decides that right about there is perfect for this whole life policy. So this policy now is a permanent policy. It will generate cash value, and it will allow people to borrow from it, the policy owner to borrow from it, and it's permanent coverage. So as long as they pay the premium, this coverage is not going to terminate like the term coverage will in a certain amount of time. This policy is separate now from this coverage. We can do whatever we want with this coverage. We can do whatever we want with this coverage. They are no longer tied together. A few years down the road, or maybe a few months later, we want to convert some more term insurance. Well, there's still term insurance left here. We know what the minimum is for a whole life, so we apply to the insurance company for another whole life policy. This time, we're just going to meet the minimum. And that's just enough to start a separate whole life policy. Now, this policy is separate from the term, this policy is separate from this policy, and it's separate from the term. So now we have two whole life permanent policies, and we still have some term insurance left. So a few years down the road, a few months, whatever's going to fit the budget and finances of this person, we might want to convert again. And so we can convert the same term insurance, because there's still some left, to another whole life policy. So we send another application to the insurance company, and this time we're going to convert quite a bit. This time we convert a nice chunk of whole life insurance. These policies are separate from each other, but we own them all. We're insured on all of them. The term insurance, there's still a little bit here. It could be used to convert to another whole life policy if we can meet the minimum. If there's not enough here to meet the minimum, though, there's two options. We can either continue the term insurance until the original term expires. So this could be a 10, 15, 20, 30-year term policy. And as long as we can pay the premiums, continue paying the premiums that have been reduced now to reflect just the amount of coverage that is here, we can continue to have this policy. Or we can ask the insurance company just to go ahead and get rid of it. And now we're just left with the permanent policies. The permanent policies have their own premium amounts that we're paying on them, and they are for life. So they are permanent coverages. They're not going to go away in 10, 20, 15, 30 years. So that's how the conversion works. Now, there is an age limit. So if you've purchased the term insurance can only be sold during certain ages so that there is still time to convert. And most companies have the conversion limit at either age 70 or age 75. But it varies from company to company, and each company has a little bit different terms about conversion. That's good to keep in mind. So you want to get your conversions done before it's too late to convert the policy, because age does play a role. Now, if you're wondering, if you have some term insurance and you're wondering what's the most efficient way to convert it out, is it more beneficial to do 3, 4, 5 policies? Is it more beneficial to do one big one, maybe 2 small ones? How do you figure that out? Well, that's where we come in. We can help you with that, to know what's going to be best for your finances, what's best for the premiums that you can afford, what's best for your long-term strategy, because whole life is the long game. Term insurance is more the short term. If you have some term insurance that you don't know, is it convertible or not convertible? Let us know. We can help you. We can see if it is convertible, and if so, is it convertible to a type of permanent policy that will work well for you? Perhaps you want to go straight to purchasing a whole life insurance policy. You don't have term insurance. You don't need to get term insurance to get a whole life policy, because each of these policies can be purchased separate and on their own just by applying to the insurance company. So we don't have to get term first before we can get whole life insurance. So if you want a whole life insurance policy, if you want some term insurance to protect your ability to purchase whole life insurance in the future, let us know. Our number is 702-660-7000. We can help you with this. We design whole life insurance and term policies, and we help people know the best way to convert the policies to get the maximum benefit from the policies that will benefit them in the long term. So give our office a call or email us if you have any questions. We would love to help you.